death, you were chasing a nebula, while your drivers are chasing a bladder release. Suborbital orbits are orbitalized, the industrial profit is killing the peace. You built a clock for 10,000 years, but your workers cannot even clock a break. Blue origin fuel is the sweat of the floor. How much of the earth can a parasite take? Dleaning on humanity, the vanities, cosmic, the warehouse is a morgue for the poor. Amazon Prime is a crime of the century, leaving the skeletal remains at the door. A subhuman standard for suborbital ego, the king of the shipping and then the logistic. You traded your lock in the boxes and treating the living like simple statistics. 10,000-year monument cold as the mountain while families struggle for bread. We're scouting the heavens for exits in heavens while leaving the rest of the planet for dead. Automation of agony, tragedy, scanning the heartbeat to measure the gain. The algorithm is a guillotine blade and fulfillment centers the valley of pain. The warehouse is freezing, the breathing is wheezing, the boxes are stacked to the sun. But your vision is hollow, a bitter pill swallow, the damage is already done.
The walls of the garden are closing, the silicon soul is a cold-blooded trait. Harvesting data and spirit, the blueprints of life in a digital shade. They are selling the vision of freedom while playing the role of the Paris host.
Capitalist gravity, scaling, the weight of the grief. The billionaire vision is just a precision built tool for the corporate thief. Design in the valley, where value is vanity, Tim. Your innovation is stagnant and stale. $1,000 stand for a screen of deception, the customer is always for sale. 30% on the app store trapdoor, you are the gardener holding the key. While guard in digital prison for inmate too paperless not to be free. Vision Pro goggles to block out the view of the landfills of chrome that you grew. Titanium casing to cover the blood and supply chain that nobody knew. Planned obsolescence, the essence of greed, while you market the green and the clean. The battery dies and the hardware is trash, just another cog in the rotten in the core. $1 trillion valuation is built on the backs of the children who work on the floor. Privacy is a brand out of right, in the palm of your hand is a marketing lie. The EQ to some is a titan and news, and the cost of the freedom is always too high. Status symbols for the hollow and shallow follow leader in the abyss. The silver finish is peeling away and there's nothing of value that anyone missed. A technical fortress, the spirit is cordless. While you were adding more wood to the fire, the king of the hardware is selling a nightmare and calling it simply a higher desire.
The walls of the garden are closing, the silicon soul is a cold-blooded trait. Harvesting data and spirit, the blueprints of life in a digital shade. They are selling the vision of freedom while playing the role of the Paris host.
Capitalist gravity, scaling, the weight of the grief. The billionaire vision is just a precision built tool for the corporate thief. Zuckerberg, lizard man, hiding 6 billion for pixels and friction. Metaverse gray out is empty and cold, a digital world of a social addiction. Cambridge Analytica, clinical, cynical, stripping the voters a choice and a voice. No legs in your vision, a mental division, while you are making the corporate choice. Social network is a cage in a funnel, leading the world to a dark side of tunnel. Trading democracy for data points alike, while you are holding the digital funnel. Avatar vanity, digital sanity, walking with ghosts in a lobby of shame. Connect us together to tear us apart, and you are refusing to take a display. 1 billion is together to tear us apart, and you are sold as a simple display. 1 billion avatars screaming in silence, while you are pushing the world to decay.
The walls of the garden are closing, the silicon soul is a cold-blooded trait. Harvesting data and spirit, the blueprints of life in a digital shade. They are selling the vision of freedom while playing the role of the Paris host.
Capitalist gravity, scaling, the weight of the grief. The billionaire vision is just a precision built tool for the corporate thief.